What's going on, guys, and welcome to Rabbit's Used Cars. I know the first thing you're thinking, damn, old Rabbit bump his head or something. There's a Dodge sitting back here. Hey, you know what? I'm an equal opportunity offender here. I love to make fun of them all. And I want to tell you something. I pick at the Dodge boys all the time, but I want to say this. These little Challengers are actually pretty cool. And, and I've said this before, out of all the late model comeback pony cars, the Mustang, the Camaro, and of course the Challenger. These are my favorite. I think they actually stuck to the plan a little closer than the other guys did. I mean, I'm a Chevrolet guy. I've never really been a big 5th gen, 6th gen Camaro fan. They're okay. The performance-wise, they're great, but I'm just not a real big fan of the design of them. The Mustangs were all right. Now they're getting kind of stretched out, and they're getting kind of funky too. But these right here kind of stay true to the roots. And I really like that, how they stayed with a lot of the design elements of them in these cars. Of course, obviously, building a new car that looks like an old car is a lot harder than it looks. And I'm a little different when it looks like these. Like, I loved when the new T-Birds came back out. I had one, I loved it. Cool car, wasn't real crazy about the drivetrain and that. But the car itself, design-wise, I thought they hit the nail on the head with it. And these Challengers are just killer cars. All the way from a V6 to now, a Dodge Demon, the Hellcats. And of course, we got this SRT 6.1 behind me. And the color of this car is what brings this story up today. 2010, these cars were brand new. Everything was, these things were red hot. Everybody wanted one. And I was actually with a buddy of mine at a insurance auction, and one come rolling in, a Plum Crazy. It was actually an RT. Plum Crazy purple Challenger come rolling in. And it was a good looking car, leather, loaded out, 5.7 Hemi in that one. It had some tasteful touches done to it, the stripes, and it'd been personalized a little bit, and the car was just really clean and really nice. And the thing you got to understand about cars that are going through like an insurance auction, most of these cars, they're dirty. They don't clean them up or anything like that. A lot of wreck cars, flood cars, fire cars. And this car was just a nice looking car. Well, we actually looked it up, and it was actually a stolen recovery. It come from the lower part of the state. Supposedly the story with the car was that it was stolen from a pretty nice restaurant that had valet parking, and somebody impersonated a valet attendant and got the key to it and took off and went joyriding in it. And apparently, the insurance company paid off on the car, and then they found the car, and that's why it was going through the salvage sale. So basically, they gave it a salvage title brand. It come driving through, and we bought it. Cool little car. I cruised it around a little bit. We threw it on the interwebs. Next thing you know, we sold it. And the funny part was I actually sold it to a buddy of mine who lives in Myrtle Beach. And good miles. The car was brand new almost. And he was tickled with it. And of course, the Plum Crazy Purple, which was a great color on these cars back in 70 and 71. And the first Challengers, along with all the other cool colors they brought back, the B5 blue and etc. But this color seems to appeal to more people, than the other colors. So, he was excited about this thing, and he came up here, and I'll never forget, he actually trailered it back. He didn't want to get rock chips on it and all this stuff because the car was really, really nice. So he trailers it back to the beach, and he's cruising around the beach in this thing, and he loves it. Having a blast in it, just one thing after another, and they're just having a good time. And, he's sending me pictures, this thing on the beach and at different places down in Myrtle Beach. And, he's just loving his car. Well, of course, he's on my Facebook and my social media, and you see this car pop up every once in a while where he's at a cruise in or a car show with it. And, and he's all excited about it. And so he gets this car, and everything works right with it. The next thing you know, probably about 6 months later, I see a post, and his face is literally just like the car. It is purple and black. This guy, literally, the first thing that popped in my head is what the hell the other guy looked like. Because, he was tore up, his face was. He just posted a picture of it, said rough night. And I'm thinking, oh, man, what happened, So I shot him a text. Man, what happened to you? He said, it's that damn car you sold me. And the first thing that popped in my mind is, man, you must have gotten a wreck with it or something like that, And he goes, no, I met the previous owner. And next thing you know, they start whooping his ass. And his girlfriend calls the police, and the police come out, and the guy's like, why are you attacking this man? He said, he stole my car. Well, the first thing that popped in his head was, hey, wait a minute, you might have been the previous owner, but hey, like I legally own this thing now, and all this stuff. And the funniest part of this story is, when he said all this, the first thing popped in my mind, damn, was the original owner of this thing. Well, the car I sold the guy was an automatic. This one was a manual that he had. He looked inside. It wasn't even his car to begin with. I mean, this little Challenger behind me, though, is a little hotter than the one I sold my buddy. This one might actually be worth getting your ass beat over. It's a 2012 SRT in Plum Crazy Purple. It's got the 6-speed manual transmission in it. This one's been played with a little bit. She's making just a hair over 550 horsepower and definitely a fun car to drive. These things are a little heavy. I'm gonna tell you something. With the 6-speed, and it's raining outside right now, I want to tell you right quick, this thing's like square dancing with a fat girl. If you don't take care of it, she'll stick you in the ditch quick. So needless to say, my buddy still got his Challenger. It's a fun story to talk about now. His face is healed up. His Challenger still looks great. He loves the car. What a great night for him. But hey, it makes for great stories. Guys, we'll catch you next time at Rabbit's Used Cars. I tell you what, let's redo that end. Are you ready? I don't have my watch on, but I don't really man, it matters. Where's my do at?
Damn, Rob, where's the model at?
Well, I'm going to see your mom later. All right, we got to get this thing out of here before people start thinking I like these damn things. I just feel uncomfortable right now. Like I would feel better if there was a naked man behind me than this Dodge. Like, no. Negative, keep your pants on. Negative. I won't tell you. No, I mean, I like it. I like it. But it's kind of like riding a moped. You know what I mean? It's fun, but you don't necessarily want to tell all your buddies about it. You know what I mean? Like I like the tinted windows in this thing because I can ride around and no one expects me to be driving this. So I think it's kind of cool. You can sneak up on people with it.
You look good in purple.
Yeah. You look good in the unemployment line too.